The Tie and Hoodie Show is sponsored by ICCLending.com. For real estate service, please go to ICCLending.com.
3, 2, 1.
Every human came to earth with a gift, and they must discover that gift and refine that gift for them to be fulfilled.
The prerequisite for spending time with any person is that they nourish and inspire you. They feed your flame.
Yo, hey man, how you work this radio?
You're not listening to the Tie and Hoodie Show.
Keep it locked.
Owning a home and paying it off is one of the data points of an everyday millionaire.
Home sales across the U.S. are on the rise as buyers take advantage of record low mortgage rates.
Good morning, morning, morning.
Now let's get back to the Tie and Hoodie Show.
Good morning, good morning. It's the Tie and Hoodie Show right here on 93.5 KD. Every Sunday morning, 6:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. So wake yourself up and get this knowledge. I'm here. I'm happy to be here. I'm Trevon Smith, also known as Trey, with my co-host, Andrew or Jesse Koba. How you doing today, Andrew?
I am doing great. You know, this is one of, I'm excited because, you know, it's been a while since we've been side by side. We've been doing this show on Zoom for a little bit.
Zoom, like we said, Zoom.
I'm sitting next to you. We're not 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
Because I know you're healthy.
I'm healthy.
Yeah. So we've done all the tests and everything. You're good.
I'm COVID negative.
So, you're COVID negative.
But hey, besides this beautiful sun all in my face.
Yes.
But,
it's a sunny morning, so we enjoy the opportunity to come here and talk and breathe some life into our listeners from Katie.
I feel like I'm in a Dodger booth. About to announce a Dodger game with the sun hitting me. But sorry for that, folks. But listen, if you missed any of our last shows, because we get a lot of information, we know, and we appreciate every single one of you YouTube people going out there subscribing to us and chatting with us through YouTube. So we, if you want to go check out any of this show or any of our other shows, because you might miss some information, it's tieandhoodieshow.com. tieandhoodieshow.com. Also, you could go, remember, each and every show is sponsored by ICC Lending. ICC Lending, where you can go for all your home loans. It's a one-stop shop. Today's guest, I'm excited. We didn't have a guest.
I'm excited, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have a guest last week, but this week, you know.
Yeah, we'll have, you know.
We get a guest here and there, and it's always great information that I like to get out of them and you get out of them. I'm more from the consumer standpoint. Andrew's more from the professional standpoint, the mortgage business. So if the information, I can't wait to hear this guy right here. He's an expert with loan mortgages. He does commercial loans.
He's more in the real estate side, right? You know, but
But he has his own brokerage.
Yes.
He has his own brokerage.
One of the interesting things that I love about our guest today is just his story. You know, when we love bringing people on the show
Great stories.
who have a humble beginning, who have gone through challenges. And now things are happening for them, and they just want to be able to tell their stories and their struggles. And
then one of the things I seen on his email, he said the Nipsey mindset. I was like, I can't wait to talk to this guy, right? And with all due, you know, respect, here we go, Mr. Anthony Nguyen. How you doing today?
How you doing, Trayvon? How you doing, Andrew? Pleasure to be on your show. Pleasure to be on here and get some knowledge back to the community and get it going.
You know, I'm a follower. I follow your content on Facebook primarily, and one of the things that has really, really just attracted me to you is your humility. You know, just being humble. You know, there's a lot of people who are in your status and your position right now, currently, who you can't even talk to, or you can't even get a phone call with, or you can't even get a response from. But just your pure humility, it just really kind of warms my heart. And that's why, you know, when we connected, I say, you know what, we got to get you on the show so you can tell people where you're from, who you are. Let's start off with who you are, where you're from, and what do you do. Let's start off with those 3 questions. Who you are, where you're from, what you do.
Definitely. My name is Anthony T. Nguyen. I'm from Pasadena, California. Like Andrew said, I came from very humble beginnings, and everything I have right now, I'm appreciative. And anybody that wants knowledge from me, I would love to give back to them and let them hear my story. So I grew up in a background, from Section 8 housing, welfare, food stamps, you name it. I mean, back then when we were on food stamps, you actually had to cut the coupons and give it to the cashier. So it's like, I've been through all that, and very humble. I appreciate everything that God gave me. So when anyone comes to me for advice, how can I do this or how can I get on real estate? I mean, I would love to just, give knowledge. So it's basically what God is doing for me right now. I'm giving back. So it's not a secret. One thing that I think that a lot of our youth needs to do is have that positive mindset from the get-go. And it's mindset that keeps you going on the daily. And and what I do now, guys, is I run a brokerage in Northridge, California called Coldwell Banker Exclusive. We have about 100 agents. And I also do a distressed company that we buy homes called offerbank.com. So all of this came from, humble beginnings, man. And like you said, Andrew, like anyone that wants knowledge, I love to give it back.
It's something I know we talked about you coming from, the background that you came from and where you're at now. Can you talk to a little bit to the K-Day listeners and the people listening worldwide, YouTube? Because everybody, I'm not going to say everybody has somewhat of a humble background. Some people are more fortunate than others. But can you talk about the mind state and the process that you possibly went through when, I like to know exactly your story as far as the testimony and maybe some things that you've been through that you overcame, but also the moment when you said, hey, I'm gonna get into real estate or I'm gonna try to become a broker, and well, not try to become because you became one, just what that light switch that hit when you was like, hey, I'm gonna get into mortgage. I'm just a fan of listening to testimony, so I'm all ears, brother.
Man, it's crazy. Well, a little bit of background. I came actually from the entertainment background a little bit too. I'm not gonna name a radio in LA, but I was actually on air personality for a little bit in Los Angeles, and a lot of people say I remind them of somebody. If you're at LA radio,
you said E-Man?
Not necessarily, not E-Man, but I used to be in radio before and entertainment. I used to do music, and always that whole flow, that whole community mindset. I knew that I needed to do something bigger in my community. And, when I was walking through the streets of Pasadena, when I walk home from school, I see all these beautiful buildings. And I'll say to myself, you know what, one day I'm going to own one or I'm going to manage one. And I had that mindset since a kid, but I never let anything stop me, really. I'm always a sponge for knowledge. So all growing up, I had mentors, I had people that were fortunate to reach out to me and guide me, right? And it's all through the will of God, really, right? And I think that not only that is like us giving back as well. We're following that information and giving it back to the community as well. So my mindset really is, as a youth, I always wanted to just, absorb everything. And I think the youth right now is they're more open to, being coached and being more directed, as opposed to us growing up. We didn't have the technology we have today. We didn't have phones. We didn't have computers like that. So the youth today are very blessed. All right, with all this technology. And us growing up, I'm Generation X. I don't know about you guys, but I had to go to the encyclopedias and read about stuff and go to the library. So it's all about knowledge. It's all about us giving back to them, and they don't have to go through the things we did. But as far as like the mindset I go through is when I wake up on the daily, my thing is like, what, if I can touch one human person or one human being getting on to real estate and changing their lives, I've done my job.
Okay, so there's people that will see you now on social media. You're very present on Facebook, which I follow, and they're like, wow, this brother is doing big things right there. One, it takes a lot of work, right? And two, it takes a lot of responsibility to keep it at that level or to keep going up. Now, the question, I want you to speak to that for a second. How did you already said, okay, I saw these big buildings. I thought, wow, I could be in that position. How did you get from going to becoming a real estate agent? Not only that, but also, okay, maybe I could have other agents working underneath me. And, oh, maybe I could have 10. Oh, maybe I could have 20. Well, now you're at 100. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of drama to handle. Literally, people don't understand. They just think you're making money. Talk us through the process of how you manage yourself.
It's a process. When I wake up in the morning, I do my daily affirmations right off the bat, and you got to get into that mindset because you're a leader right now. You're you're actually responsible about, to have other people put food on their table for their families. So, you have a huge responsibility to lead, give them, not only the tools, right, but your leadership is everything. So I think, people don't see the behind the scenes that we put in the work, the 12 or 13 hours a day, just preparing, our agents really. And what I was lucky enough was I had an opportunity when I got into real estate for someone to actually give me a boost, right? Because this is really hard work. It's not easy, and it's chances, and it's the game of opportunity. And for some of us, we have to seize that opportunity and make it happen. And I think a lot of the youth, I think, that do lack it, they have the opportunities, but they're unable to grasp in the right way. They need the redirection and the coaching. I think it's all with the right team, the right coaching that can take you to the next level or propel you. And I was just fortunate enough, by the grace of God, to hook up with the right people and get to that level. And I just want to give back to to our community and to my agents and take them to the next level as well.
And I remember when you first started, you said your daily affirmations. Can you talk us a little bit about, because I know for people like you, people like Andrew, and I'm getting to that point in my life. When I first wake up, I have a regimen where I stretch for 10 minutes just to get my blood flowing. And get my hamstrings loose for whatever reason. That's just my regimen. Some things that you could probably pass on to listeners, like your affirmations that you start your day with. Do you write like a diary? Do you not like a personal diary, just things that you need to do, or do you have a checklist of things you need to do? And I also want to get into, because I know we talked a little bit briefly about generational wealth. So can you touch on that and the importance of teaching generation wealth as well as passing it on?
Yeah, definitely. Glad you asked that. So when I wake up in the morning, first and foremost, I think the man upstairs for giving an opportunity to even wake up again. And only that, we have to seize the moment, right? So we have a little calculator in our head right off the bat what we need to do. So my thing is, bam, and you got to go seize the moment, and you got to go take over, and you got to go help others, and you got to, you just have to self-motivate yourself. But, I think most of the time is the self-motivation is lacking because we don't have the right team behind us, right? So you form yourself a team. And, the night before I go to sleep, I have like a daily powwow with my inner circle. So it's all with your inner circle. When you wake up, you feel that energy and you kind of like convey it to your whole day as well. I didn't touch a lot about this. I think Andrew probably knows about this, but I almost actually passed away back in August. I was in the hospital for about a month in critical care, and it was my daily affirmations and my willpower, to get me over that. So I was suffering from heart failure, and for the grace of God, I beat it. I don't have it anymore. I was acute, and it's my mindset, that got me through that. Had I been weak, or had I been, not having the lack of willpower in my daily activities and to get over stuff, I think I still would have been sick. And number one, I thank the grace of God that got me over that as well. So it's all about your mindset. When you wake up in the morning, it's all about how you draw your picture of what you're going to do. And when you draw it out and you do conquer it, it feels great. So I take things day by day, and it's a process. Like Nip said, it's a marathon. We just can't get through this, fast. And I think that's what the youth in our generation sometimes lacks, is we think, we're going to get through this fast. It's a marathon, really, truly.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I've heard you mention the youth a couple times in an interview here. What about people who are 35 and over, who think that their life is over because they can't get it together? What would you say to them at this point? Where do they start? People who have made a ton of mistakes, somebody who's just getting out of jail, somebody who's going through a divorce, a bankruptcy. We're going through hard times right now with COVID. And here you are killing it. What would you say to people like that, to say, okay, what would you say to somebody like that?
You know what? I'm actually mentoring a gentleman right now who, just got out of prison probably about a year ago, and fell through hard times, try to get a 9-to-5 job, but his doors are closing because people don't believe in him because of his past and his age as well. So he's about 40 years old, and I bring up the story where McDonald's, right, or Amazon, these gentlemen started a little bit late in life and people turned their back on them, but they were successful. So it's never too late to achieve your dreams or to do things. And I think I'm a firm believer of giving people second chances as well. It's like a gentleman I'm mentoring right now, a lot of people close their doors on them, but I see something special in them. So it's all about, you having that magnitude of, going after your dreams. And this gentleman showed me that willpower. Anthony, you know what? I do want to be successful. I want to chase my dreams. I want to own my first house, right? And I think it takes, the right circle. You have to be part of the right circle and the right mentor to take you to that level. And, I'm more than happy to do that to anybody who wants to do that. It's never too late to achieve your dreams. I know Ronald McDonald, that whole McDonald's franchise, I think I forgot his name, the CEO, but, he started late as well. I think he started in the 60s, right? So, it's never too late to chase your dreams. It's never too late to do anything. And it all starts with the mindset, really.
And that kind of goes into what you want to talk about as far as generational wealth, correct? As far as just building something for whether your kids or your family to pass on. So what are some things that, let's say we're just talking to our demographics, 40 to 60,000. They're not really aimed at generational wealth because they're still trying to put life together or get paycheck to paycheck. What are some things that we could help them do as far as talking to them in their circumstances and current situation that we can still help them figure out a way to start some generational wealth?
Yeah, I've been there before, as far as living paycheck to paycheck, even before I transitioned to real estate. So I kind of understand struggling. I think I didn't really propel into real estate till my daughter was 5 or 6 years old. I remember our car being repoed right in front of my daughter's preschool, right? And remembering, what, I got to budget this because I can't spend this. So, it all starts with us right now to pass it on to our kids. And, it needs gentlemen like you guys who can show them the way to save, to buy a house, through FHA programs, to save the 3% and, whatnot. Right. So Andrew could definitely help out, the community with that. But it starts with your mindset. You know what? I got to start now, because if I don't do it, how can I pass this on to my daughter or my child? And how can they do it, vice versa? And I remember Nip had said something in where he wanted to touch on generational wealth, because if it doesn't start from us, it's always going to be that community thing where it's going to go ongoing, right? So Nip did it right first when he bought that little shopping center in Crenshaw.
Slauson.
He wanted to start that.
Yeah.
And I'm a firm believer we got to start it for our kids right now. Now, you just need someone to, to talk to and get that right thing going. In this case, it might be someone like Andrew, or in this case, by myself. If you're interested in learning about generational wealth, I'm more than happy to, to reach out. But it starts with the mindset of I got to do it today. You know what I mean? The mindset, really.
You know what? We've been talking for a minute, and anybody that's checking in right now, it's the Ty and Hoodie Show every Sunday morning, 6:30 to 7 a.m. You can get all this information at tyandhoodieshow.com. Speaking to our brother Anthony right now, man, go ahead and give him some information where people can reach you out. Because me just talking to you, I know we spoke over email and via text or whatnot, but your energy is great, and it's something that should be passed along to other people, because you're out there willing to help people, and you could touch a whole different branches than we can, and we, how it is when you try to tell people things, they might not listen to us, but they might listen to you. You might tell somebody some things, they might not listen to you, and they listen to us, but it's all the same information. So as long as we spreading the vibe of positive information and getting that out there, then that's what it's all about. But look, man, go ahead and give them your information so we can get that positivity out there.
Definitely. Check me out at www.coldwellbankerexclusive.com. My phone number's on there. If you want some mentorship, I have my weekly Zoom meetings that you guys can attend. I'm not trying to push anything on anybody, but I just definitely want to help. I remember I was talking to you guys about going through tough times and having that spark to make things happen, right? So, I touched about when my car was being repoed in front of my daughter's preschool, and knowing that right then and there, I need to make some changes because she saw that. And, kids, they remember everything, right?
Remember everything.
Yeah. We went to the car dealership. She was like, Dad, I want a car, but not like the car that you got repoed when I was 5. So they remember that stuff. But yeah, we all have that why in life, right? And my why is my family, my community. And like I said, a lot of things, real estate, it can be passed on from generation to generation. We got to start now. Yeah. And for the people out there who kind of wondering, you know what, Aunt, I'm working a 9 to 5 right now. I'm grinding right now, and I'm living paycheck to paycheck, but how can I start doing it? you know what, reach out to me. I'll be more than happy. We can do this again, guys, sometime again. But, you know, it starts with the mindset that we lack sometimes, and we just need that motivation. When we wake up, sometimes it all starts from there as well.
I mean, if you're just joining us or if you're listening, you know, it's a Ty Hoodie show. We're talking to Anthony Nguyen. Direct phone number. I want to give this phone number out because I think it's really important. You know,
I always say this: text him first. Don't just call him.
Well, yeah,
you text him first and let him know you called.
Because it's, I mean, it's 6:30 in the morning. So
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, the guy gets up at 4 in the morning, but
he's busy.
He's busy, but 6:30 in the morning. But you know, I want to give this phone number out: 818-934-6629. 818-934-6629. Believe me, guys, you got to call this guy. He's going to change your life. I'm not saying this, you know, because I follow this guy's content online. I've seen him go through struggles, you know, from his story, you know, just like me, you know. I mean, at one time I was sleeping in my car for a month. I thought, you know what, this is ridiculous. I mean, I'm in America, for goodness sake. You know, talking from an immigrant coming in here, I'm in America. I got to do something better. And I can hear what you're saying you know, your car was repossessed in front of your daughter's school. And that must have left, you know, a gut-wrenching punch, you know, in your brain saying, you know what, I got to do something better. This is America. There's opportunities out here, even if you don't know how to do it. And what I did and what you're saying people should do is they should reach out, right?
Yeah, reach out. And I'm a firm believer of, you know, I'm here for a position on a bigger role, bigger purpose. And, you know, if I've been helped out before, you know, I've been given a boost in life, and it goes back and forth. And we got to, you know, I believe in karma as well. If you do good, you get good, and you got to give a helping hand out sometimes. And I just want to help that next person who's going to be a mogul, right, in our real estate industry. You know, you never know who that next person is, really. And it's a simple handshake or simple just giving them some advice and to propel them to the next level. And I'm always here for you guys. Like, again, Andrew said that, you know, it's never too late in life to start again, right? It's never too late. So if you really want to get into real estate and you want to make things happen, real estate, guys, is one of the only industries where you can actually get rich overnight. Not really overnight. You got to put in some work in, but you really can.
Let's correct that. Not really overnight. Yeah, but people will say overnight. You're not saying that you're giving a handout. You're not saying that this is a handout or a hand. You're saying I'm going to give you directions.
I'm going to give you a mindset.
I'm going to give you a mindset. I'm going to give you directions, and you're going to work. And if you follow my plan, like you've done, you've achieved success, and you're not even to your goal where you want to be yet. You're still going there, but you've got to a level where you think you know what you're doing, and now you're saying, guys, you want to start from scratch? Yeah. Call me. I'll make it happen for you.
So one of the things
I kind of want to do a quick.
My bad, bro.
Well, I want to do, but I want to do a quick exercise with listeners out there. If they're listening right now in the morning and they want something positive done, I want them to get a piece of paper out, and I want them to write 3 things that won't hold them back in 2021. So 3 things that you want to get rid of in your life that's negative in 2021. And I want you to write that down on the piece of paper. And I want you to actually, after you write that piece of paper down and you write those 3 negative things, I want you to crumble that piece of paper up and throw it in the trash. And that's your way of saying that this will not happen again in 2021. You're gonna go forward in a positive mindset.
Speak it into existence. I like that a lot.
Yeah. I talk about flushing it down the toilet.
You could do that, but if you have bad plumbing, then.
So we're going through the pandemic, and the pandemic has made some new entrepreneurs. And one of the things that I'm not a fan of the pandemic, but it has enlightened me. It has extremely enlightened me. It made me learn some things about myself to become more comfortable myself. But you mentioned one thing earlier, and I want to drive our listeners to, that you do webinars. Okay. So I do at least 4 to 5 webinars a week, maybe 4 to 5 hours of YouTube, and it's helped me, my mind grow and my thought process. So I want to urge everybody listening right now, our viewers, our listeners, please go sign up for this man's webinars. He doesn't get nothing off of it. Just sign up and go learn. I'm trying to tell you, it will change your world. It's Coldwell Banker Exclusive.com, Coldwell Banker Exclusive.com. But I'm gonna pick your brain right now for some stuff. You know, this might be for some of our listeners, not for all of them. I want to talk a little bit about, you know, I watched a couple of your webinars about flips. Why should people get into flips? Why should people not get into flips? What are some advantages? What are some things that could go wrong? Just talking a little bit of mortgage. We got maybe a couple minutes left now.
Yeah, flips, I think is number one, you're helping out your community, beautify it. You know what I mean? I think making something look better, and number one, make money off it as well. So you have to have an eye for it. If you're walking down your neighborhood and you see a home that's been in stress for a minute, broken windows, grass, tore up grass, that's a sign that that's a distressed property. And I give free webinars constant about how to find flips, how to do it with little money, partnering up with people and find the right lenders. So it's all free. It's free knowledge and free game. Like I said, tune in to Coldwell Banker Exclusive.com. I have my links over there for the free webinars. And I actually have one on the 26th of January. I don't know when this is going to air, but 26th of January. And it's going to be on Tuesday, and it's a Zoom. And if you're not able to attend that, I have the recordings as well. But yeah, I just want everybody to understand that, this is something that you can do with little money in your pocket. And, nothing's overnight, but with hard work, you can make things happen.
So, I mean, what my last question, obviously, before we, go, before my question, I also want to mention again your phone number, 818-934-6629, 818-934-6629. You listeners, you got to call this guy. Call Anthony Nguyen. You want to get into real estate. You want to change your life. Whether you want to sell real estate or you want to buy real estate or you want to become a real estate agent that's successful like he is, you need to call that number.
Yeah, and plus he's representing for the Valley, so
yes,
you gotta show him some love.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, one question for you. Success is coming your way. You're up and up. What do you hate about your job?
I'm sorry, what was that, Andrew?
I said, what do you hate about your job? What do you dislike about your job?
What I dislike about my success or my job?
Yeah, what's something that you experience right now? You're like, man, I just don't like this. For me, I would say, I don't like the legal part of my job. When somebody gets to sue you for something, what's that one challenge you go through that's come with success that you're saying, wow, I don't want to do this anymore, something.
But you know what? It goes with a lifetime too. What comes success is going to come people that are going to critique you. And, growing up, we would call it haters or whatever. But you know what? If you don't have any haters, then you're not doing something right. Man, and that should be your motivating factor to go even harder. Yeah, to go even harder. So with my community in real estate, you're going to have people, critique you about your leadership, about your boutique or whatnot, or about your brokerage. So, with me, it comes with that, but I don't let that affect me. I let that be some positive reinforcement to re-engage my field to do even better. And I want that to happen to everybody. Don't let haters bring you down. Use that motivation to get you even, further in life.
Mr. Nguyen, it was definitely a pleasure for you to come on the show today, man. And we definitely appreciate your time and you spreading the knowledge. It's something we definitely have to have you come back at some point in time to talk about, how the year is going and the update of your company and your brokerage. And if any K-Day listeners call, I want to go ahead and I want you to text this man and bother this man right now. 818-934-6629. It's 818-934-6629. If you don't do nothing else, just tell him that you heard him on the K-Day show and hate on him and make him feel good. but seriously, call this guy. Let him know that you're looking to better yourself. If you're trying to buy a home, sell a home, or you're looking to learn about real estate, this is the man to call, especially if you're in the Valley. There's no excuse. I want everybody listening that can on Tuesday morning, whether you're sitting at your job or sitting in front of your TV with your kids while they're doing homeschool, to go to Coldwell Banker Exclusive.com and sign up for his webinar. Please do that. I'm telling you, webinars and these educational videos make a difference in your life. Andrew, before we get out of here, anything?
Well, I just want to say thank you, Mr. Anthony. I mean, you're a real human being, very humble. Those are the kind of people that we need more of in this world, and it's good to see people who have gone through hell and they work hard, and you're experiencing success. And I'm a big fan. I'm going to continue to be a fan, and I really want our listeners to reach out to you and see how you can change their life.
Definitely. If you missed any of this information because you may be driving, you can hear his phone number again on our YouTube channel. Go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, listen to it, TieHoodieShow.com. Please don't forget all these shows and every single thing that we say our name on is sponsored by ICC Lending. It's the one-stop shop for all your home loans. Mr. Anthony, it's a pleasure. K-Day listeners, it's a pleasure. We'll see y'all next week, 6:30 a.m. Sunday morning.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, do you have valuable information that can help your community? Okay. And you'd like to be a guest? Hit us on our social media.
Do it now. The Tie and Hoodie Show is sponsored by ICCLending.com. For real estate service, please go to ICCLending.com.